Hi, it's Gina at Tarot and Time in Kent, Connecticut. I'm here to give you a tarot reading for the week of January 18th. So this is a big week. We have the inauguration this week, and there is so much going on astrology-wise that Sheila Haidt, our in-house astrologer, made her tarot report for the month in 3 parts. Usually it's just 1 part. So much going on that there's 3 parts. They're posted on our Facebook page, so please take a listen to them. They're so informative. You don't have to know a lot about astrology, but you can really learn a lot about how to take advantage of the opportunities that are available, the energetic opportunities that are available, and we post it monthly. So on the 20th, same day as the inauguration, we have Jupiter going square, making a square abrasive action towards Uranus. Jupiter's the planet of expansion, of luck and blessings, and Uranus is the planet of unpredictable change. And it also has to do with large groups of people and very forward-thinking mentality. So where the opportunity lies this week is that there's a chance to change who we are ourselves, and then who we are out in the world. And so I know change isn't what always everybody's cup of tea, but to be able to keep living happily and vibrantly ourselves, and then as our whole country here, we need to start really looking at our old belief systems, old dogma, and really this is a time to really clean it up. So it starts on a personal level, and so we can really build a new foundation, clean up the mess, and start something that's cleaner. So we are going to get started here. I have 3 piles. I didn't match anything with them today, so you can pick your pile just based on the feel, or I have 3 different cards on each pile. We're using pile number 1, has topped with the Ethereal Visions deck. Pile 2 is topped with Everyday Witch, and pile 3 is the Mythic Tarot, the new Mythic Tarot. So pick your pile and let's get started. Okay, pile number 1, starting top tier with the Ethereal Visions. It's such a pretty deck, I love it. We have it in stock, Tarot and Time, Kent, Connecticut. And let's get started here. Well, we're starting off pretty strong here. We've got the Magician. So the Magician is the first teacher that the Fool meets. He's the first major arcana or major secret card. And he teaches the Fool that everything and anything is possible. He has all the elements there. He knows how to work with them all, and he knows how to make magic happen. So this is your week. This is your week to start really looking at what it is you want, what didn't work, what doesn't work, what thought systems, what ways of living you've outgrown, and you have all the power to make that change happen. And like this, you can do it. Now you're going strong. Here, got another major arcana, the Empress, card number 3, all about foundation, building a new foundation. The Empress is related to the planet Venus. See the sign for it down there. So she rules anything of beauty, anything of value, anything has to do with money. She also rules jewelry. And there she is sitting. She's always seen pregnant, so she's giving birth to something new. So this is a time to start giving birth to your ideas. Start really moving forward on the things that are important to you, that you value. This is definitely a time of action, of really cleaning up. There's a lot of Pluto activity going on, and Pluto actually rules the Magician card. So the time is now. Another major arcana, the Chariot. The Chariot is about moving forward on your spiritual path. Not letting fear stop you, having the courage to go and live the life you want. Now this isn't just a slow, moving ahead. This is like full speed ahead. Wow, another major arcana. Look at this. This is the Judgment card. This is also ruled by Pluto. this is a really different version of the Rider-Waite typical pictures of judgment. There's usually seen as like the dead rising, or laying the dead to rest, laying the past to rest. It's card number 20, so it's really a 2 in numerology, so it has a lot to do with the relationships, laying some past relationships to rest. Look at her, just so happy on her path, on her merry way, that she's light and easy to be able to go forward. So there is a lot going on here. This is a big week for you with all these major arcanas. It's like there's a lot of things that are really important for you to learn this week, to experience. It's a huge opportunity of change. Take it. You know, I've heard Sheila talk about when planets go square to each other, that it can be often, instead of just thinking of abrasive, you can think of it as like a zesting. And when you zest a lemon, you zest it just nice and lightly where it's delicious. If you do too much, it gets bitter, right? So we're going to take off what you don't need anymore, so that you can move forward full speed on what it is that is of value to you, that you want to give birth to, good, healthy relationships that you're looking for in your life. Here you are, the Page of Cups, painting away there, having some fun. Don't forget to have fun. It's coming in here next to the Empress card, giving birth to something maybe artistic that you like. Here's the 7 of Cups. And I'm placing this actually right underneath the Chariot, which is major arcana number 7. So it's definitely about your spiritual path, you choosing what that is. Look at all the choices there. This kind of reminds me of our shop in Kent. All the stuff on the shelves, there's so much to choose from, and she's choosing love. And that's really important this week when we have so much going on politically, that to choose the cup of love that nourishes everyone, not just ourselves. We've got the Empress coming up again. Look how pretty she is. This Ethereal Visions deck is so much fun. It's inlaid in gold. Just love working with this. So she's just there telling you, don't forget to be good to yourself, to be kind to yourself, to honor yourself, to make choices that are good for you, that are good for everyone. And also really, like, I keep seeing that, like, giving birth to the things that are of value to you, the art that it's coming through as like artwork or something creative that inspires you, that can inspire the world. Here's the 8 of Wands, full creative movement forward. And we have one more card here, and we have the High Priestess, another major arcana, the Divine Feminine. She's going down into that, almost like down into the underworld. So it really has a lot of implications towards Pluto again. Pluto is a planet of transformation. So I'm seeing this as a big week for you, where you can really start sorting out the things that don't work. You can really start adding in the things that you want. And the Empress is just like such a regal card. She's royalty. She's on her throne. She's surrounded by beauty. And so make choices that are good for you, that the relationships that are healthy for you, and really expressing yourself. And also there's a lot of water energy in this reading. And so it's really trusting those intuitive feelings, those intuitive pulls. And so the theme that we were talking about was a chance to change who we are. So change it for the better, change it, and it's ready to change. And you can do it, and you can bring more fun components into your life that can make you happier. But whatever it is that you're doing to give back into the world, maybe it's your artwork that you're doing. It's time to get really moving. You have everything you need to make it happen. So I think you're gonna have a fabulous week. Okay, so we're moving on to pile number 2. That was topped with the Everyday Witch card. I picked up this deck. There was like a swap table at Reader's Studio the first year that I went. And people would leave something and take something. And I noticed that it would change throughout the day. New things were showing up. And at one point, this Everyday Witch deck showed up. And I was like, you know what? I really want that. and I traded it, and I opened it up, and I thought, this might not be for me. And I kept working with it, and it has so become a deck that I really, really enjoy working with. So let's get started. Pile number 2. Starting off with a major arcana, the Hanged Man. Now he's just hanging there, but he's okay. I bet you he has the key. This is the card of divine delay. Everything's okay. They're looking at things from a different perspective. There's this pause. Here's the 3 of Swords. So there's some heartache going on there. The journal's on the bed. The ink is spilled. Those swords there in the heart. So some of these past wounds, this is the great time to get those cleared out. This is a good time to do it. Here's the 7 of Swords. I feel like it's almost like he's tiptoeing around, like almost like this family crest up here. Tiptoeing around. And so this brings up what we were saying in the beginning when Sheila had talked about in her astrology report. These old, outdated beliefs. This old dogma, these things that we've been taught that don't work for us anymore. They might have worked for a while, but does it still work? Because as much as there's 2 swords back here, he's holding 5. And 5 is a number of change. And swords is the air element. Has to do with the mind, with thoughts, with communication. And so there's some change of your thinking. And it's time for that change. And looking at things from a different perspective and not just caught up in the past wounds. Here's the 2 of Swords. Reminds me of like parents fighting with the kid listening. This old stuff. That's what I'm just getting, old stuff. Need to look at it differently. Great time to clear it out. Here's the Ace of Swords. This new opportunity, an ace, a 1. I think of these as so lucky. There's this opportunity to use your thoughts in a way that's more productive for you. A new way of being, a new way of showing up. Here's the World. Look at that. So the World's associated with the planet Saturn. Hard work over kind of like a long time. Success over a long time. So as you keep working at this, as you keep letting go of these things, I think it's going to happen for you. I think it's going to happen quickly. The Pluto, planet of transformation, is so active right now that you can use that. You can transform. You can let go. And I think a lot of it is like childhood stuff here, stuff that maybe isn't even yours. It belongs more to your parents. It's a great time to clear that up and out. And look at it from a different perspective, sort through the details, because the Hanged Man is associated with Virgo. Virgo is all about details. It's also ruled by Mercury, the planet of communication. So possibly communicating your feelings too, even if it's just writing in a journal to yourself. But the World is a card of success, so you can do this. The Magician. He showed up in pile number 1, and now here he is in pile number 2. He is ruled by Pluto. So we were saying that Pluto is very active this week. So that's funny. The World here, I have the World in the middle, and then on the sides of it, I have 2 1s. So this is the Ace in a minor arcana. This is a 1 in a major arcana. Major secrets, minor secrets. More like your higher powers world, man's world. And so the success is coming through on both sides of you. You can make this transformation happen. You can let go of the past. You can start this journey that's more about you and less about all the old stuff. Here's the Queen of Swords. And if anybody can do it, she can. She's the queen of boundaries. I often think of her as that. She can get called some nasty names because not everybody likes boundaries. She's a writer. She's a communicator. She's no nonsense, big business. And she's there to support you. Here's the 5 of Swords, which is interesting because I was noting, I talked about the 5 of Swords here when the 7 of Swords came up. Because 2 of the swords are up here. He's carrying 5. Now here, He's actually carrying 3 and leaving 2 behind. We have a lot of swords going on here. And then we have the 2 of swords here too. So what I'm seeing is that there's this change of thinking, this old way, this relationship, which I really think this is your parents. That's what I'm picking up. It could be a past relationship of yours, but I'm getting it's more childhood things of your parents. And now you're like, you're the winner. You're making this change. You've defeated what needs to be defeated. And so you're taking your power back. And here's Judgment. Awesome. This is ruled by Pluto also. Laying the dead to rest, laying the past. Don't let it affect you anymore. It's over. Learn what you can from it, and move on. Pluto is the planet of transformation. So there's this transformation available to you. We know that it's available. That globally, this is what's going on right now. Pluto's very active. It burns up things. Uranus is very active, unpredictable change. So making choices that are going to be in your best interest. And it's an intense week. This is intense. You're gonna want to pause. Maybe put your legs up the wall like the yoga pose, or just maybe take a nap. But there's a lot that you can do this week to lighten up your life. And this week with the inauguration, that's a big deal of change. And this is a big week of change for you on a personal level. So don't be scared, because you can do it. You've got the ultimate card of success here with the World. It's also exposing the things that are going on, the things that have been kind of tormenting you for a little while. And that can come to an end now, and you can be very, very successful, and you can move forward lighter. Okay, pile number 3 was with the purple top. This is the New Mythic Tarot. I have the original one. I have it somewhere here. It's actually in Spanish, but I think it's very hard to get. It's out of print. And so they made a new version of it. It's a little different, a little bit more cartoonish, in the faces and stuff, but I still really like it. So we're talking about a chance to change who we are on a personal level, on our whole country level. There's a lot going on this week. So it starts with us, and then it kind of reflects out there too. So let's see what's going on. The Ace of Swords starting us off. Showing up is half the battle. She's there, she's ready, she's taking it on. It's basically a 1 of air, or a 1 of communication. Here's the 2 of Pentacles on the seesaw, trying to balance this out. And there's things that are going to come in, and unexpected things with Uranus so active this week. Uranus is such unexpected change. But you can do it. You've got this. Half the battle is showing up. You've got the Chariot. The Chariot is the first major arcana of pile number 3. Major arcana is another term for secrets. Major secrets. I sometimes think of it as like our higher powers realm. The lessons that we came here on this planet to learn. And the Chariot is our card number 7. It's our spiritual path. And it's related to water, and to the water element. So it's intuitively moving forward, trusting the intuitive feelings that you get, and full forward movement. Now we've got the 9 of Wands, so there's a lot going on. But again, what I keep getting is that half the battle is showing up. Here's the Moon. So another very watery card. Look at the way there's like so many moods. We sell some shirts in our shop that say it's just a phase, and has all the moon phases. And I love that this is how you may feel right now, but it will change. The moon moves like every 2.5 days, I believe, into a different sign. So don't get caught up too much in how you feel right this second, because it will pass. And you will start to feel better. But your strength here so far that I'm seeing is in your intuition, in trusting the feelings that are coming up. And I do think a lot is probably coming up right now for you. Here's the Six of Cups, more water. There's a beautiful gift being given. This is the Death card. No need to be alarmed. This is a great card to see here. This is about change and transformation, which is our theme. This is ruled by Pluto. So there's a lot, this is often related to like Scorpio. There's a big opportunity for change. There is a new door opening here for you. There's a cord being cut. So there's that energy that we talked about, Uranus, that unpredictable energy that's coming in. There's some unpredictable things happening. You will find your way with it to balance it out, but I think that there's some cords that are going to need to be cut. We started off with the Ace of Swords. She's taking on this big sword. She's showing up, and he's taking that sword and cutting that cord. So there may be some things that you're holding on to that don't serve you anymore. We talked about how this week in astrology is all about cleaning up what didn't work, moving into this change that will better you. And so there's this opportunity here to let go of something and move into a new opportunity that's available. I think it's a relationship that isn't serving you anymore, but you'll know. So sit with it, trust your intuitive feelings about what it is, but there's something that needs to be let go of. It's been going on too long. It's standing in your way. It's actually just weighing you down. Here's the Seven of Wands. So it's almost like, I almost feel like it's like there's been an argument going for a while and you may be winning, so to speak, but it's exhausting. And here's the King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles can be a little stubborn. I know everyone's talking politics a lot lately, and it's tough because it's causing a lot of arguments among people. I feel like that's what's happening here. There's some stubborn, outdated, old belief systems that aren't working anymore. And so if we're dealing with family, we can't always just step away from it, but we can protect ourselves more. And maybe you can cut the cord with the communication regarding politics. Maybe that's for the best, because the arguments are getting to be exhausting. I'm going to pull a couple more cards for you. Okay, I've got the Two of Cups, the Three of Wands. Okay. All right, so regarding, first of all, I was talking about a relationship that I think is being a little toxic for you. But there are relationships that'll be nourishing for you available. So don't be afraid that if you cut back a little with some people that you're going to be alone. There's definitely some nourishing relationships available for you. You just have to be courageous enough to show up and just make it so. There is something going on here with the King of Pentacles, the whole idea of the belief system that doesn't work. And here's the Five of Pentacles. I feel it often like kind of like the poor me card, or the worrying about money card, or feeling like if you stand up for what that you believe in, that you're going to be cut off in some way. And I just want to pull a couple more because I'm not quite getting it all yet. Yeah, I mean, you will succeed. Here's the Queen of Wands. She's fabulous. She's strong, and she's not going to keep her mouth shut. She's going to speak her mind. And here's the Seven of Swords. And he's going into darkness, almost like that you have to separate out from some of this communication that's going on around you, some of this stubbornness that's going on around you. It's outdated. You see like all these like buildings are like falling down over here. it's outdated belief systems, and being around the conversation a lot is toxic for you. And you need to be around healthier situations where your opinion is valued and not just fought against. And it's hard because a lot of it can be family. So just make better boundaries for yourself, and make just better choices altogether. Pause before you jump into choices, but being around a little bit more like-minded people would be really helpful for you, because right now, this is how I feel like you're feeling. Like, here you are doing your thing and everyone else is like, oh my goodness, what is that person doing? She's crazy. It's the Five of Swords. So you're thinking differently than a lot of the people that you're around. And so you are in control of that. And I think that it's time for you to show up and make better choices for yourself. There will be other people that are available to you that'll be more nourishing. And when you've reached the height of this, there's a new day dawning. There's a new opportunity. There's new things going to be available to you when you start having better boundaries with people and not just surround yourself constantly with people who think differently than you. Contrast is good, but this is going to be a tough week with different people's opinions, and you don't want to be around it so much that it taxes your energy. So make sure that you're sleeping. Yeah, sleeping is really, really, really important. Get some rest. This too shall pass. You can do this. A new day is dawning. Maybe make a nice list of the things that that you want to change, and ask the universe for that change to come in. Short list, maybe 4 or 5 short sentences. Okay, you got this. Have a great week. Thanks for listening.